What's going on, people? It's me, Jay Fresh. You're locked to Pyro Radio right now for Jay Fresh and Friends. I've got a very special guest joining us on the phone line because that's how we do interviews these days. Sean Focus, what's happening, man?
What's good, bro? You good, yeah?
I'm really good, man. How are things your end? Where are you right now? Are you in Scotland as we talk?
Nice. Yeah, I'm in Scotland, in Edinburgh, to be precise.
Wicked, wicked. And how are you finding the restriction of movement, the new normal that we call life right now? How is that playing out for you?
I was about to say it's a new normal. Just getting on with it, I suppose. Just waiting for the day that they kind of ease it down, and then we can get back to business pretty much.
Yeah, exactly,
you know
man.
I mean?
Exactly. Now, this is the first time we've had a chance to connect. Now, I've been doing my digging, been doing my research, and you were born in Zim?
Yeah, I was born in Zimbabwe. Yeah.
And then, at what age did you move to Scotland? How did that come around for you?
I just finished doing my school stuff in Ireland, and then how old was I? I think it was 21, about 9-10 years ago. And then I just ended up kind of moving from Ireland, went to London, from London went to Manchester, and then I ended up in Scotland, pretty much where my sister was living. And I just thought, right, this is a nice place, and I just thought, let me just stay here for a bit. And then here we are, about 10 years later.
Wow. Time does fly, man. Now,
yeah, man.
I must be honest, it's been years since I've been to Scotland. I was speaking to a mutual friend of ours, DJ Prospect, and he's always keeping me up to date with artists and movements and stuff that's going on. So when I connect with people who live in a different area to myself, I always like to know what is going on. Like, is the scene popping? Are there a lot of artists? Is there a nice energy and unity? So how are things for you where you're based at the moment?
Well, to be honest, because obviously I had a bit of some time in London, and I kind of seen what was happening there. So me being here in Scotland is a total different game. There's more opportunities here, and there's not too much competition in one place. You know what I mean? Like, you get a lot of people guys saying, "Oh, London, needs to be the place," but just me being here is actually just giving me so many opportunities to the point that I've got this opportunity to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think this would have happened if I was any other place. I don't think so. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think we now live in a game and in a world where, it doesn't matter where you live. You can build that fan base. You can connect with new people, and if you're doing good stuff, people will find you. They'll gravitate towards you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It might be slow, it might be harder, but eventually it happens.
Exactly, man. And you mentioned there you spent a little bit of time, in the capital down here in England as well. So how have your experiences and where you've been based kind of shaped and fed into the music that you do? Because you're very versatile in the style of music you make. Yeah.
So basically, for instance, when I was in London, I was working with quite a few known names, but I was an engineer at that time. So I wasn't fully pushing the artist side. So I kind of got to learn the back end of stuff when it comes to the sound, and just kind of how to conduct myself as an artist, because I used to just see quite a few artists, but I didn't really have kind of full-on conversations with them, but I could just see, and it kind of showed me. So when I came out here, it was kind of like, okay, all that I've learned from all the places I've been, including the capital, should just kind of help me. And I just implemented that, and I just put it in action, and literally here we are.
Yeah, man, that's dope, because I love finding everyone's backstory. And when I talk to people, there are so many people now whose career began in music that wasn't just creating or performing the music as such. It was in a different way, and you've used that to apply it to your career, man. So there's opportunities out there, opportunities. Now, I just mentioned there that I consider you a very versatile artist. I think you're a very wavy guy. I think you're a wavy artist, because I'll just say it how I feel, man. Do you know what I mean? But when I've been going through some of the tracks and some of the projects that you put out at the early stages of your career, you have been putting out records for a long time now.
Yeah, I think I've got 12 projects in. I started music when I was 14, I think. Yeah. I've a couple of projects in.
No, definitely. But you look at that, and what I love seeing about an artist is seeing that story and what they've done and the music they've put out. as part of their journey.
Yeah.
And for you, you know, you've been on that journey for a while now. You started as a very young guy. What are the key things you've kind of learned musically on your own journey?
Well, musically, I on this journey, I kind of learned. I had to learn how to kind of construct a song. I mean, at first it was just I was just making music, but I had to over and over. I had to kind of understand to a certain degree what kind of is needed. Do you know what I mean? Not just put one and one and then be like, oh yeah, I can make a beat now. I kind of had to cater to people around me and kind of make the music open for the masses. Do you know what I mean? So that in its own, I learned that just in this time frame I've had. Do you know what I mean? Just applying all those things into one topic. Yeah.
No, man, that's good insight. I mean, I had the discussion, and I'm sure you have it with friends of yours as well, that, you know, there are people that can rap, there are people that can spit the coldest bars, but can they make a track?
Yeah. Literally, just learning how to construct a track in the space of time that I've had just gave me an opportunity. It's like now you can put me in the studio with the so-and-so. I kind of know what I need to go for now. You know what I mean? And I suppose with time, I suppose things that I'm kind of come to play as well.
Definitely, man. And
making so many mistakes, yeah.
That's come together now in terms of the tracks you're putting out. And I want to talk about the new one. Cumbria is the name of the track. Firstly,
Cumbria,
it's sounding sick. So congratulations, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for that, man. Thanks, I appreciate that so much, man.
And I also believe that it's the first release under Sloth's Grimy Limey. So, you know, that's a powerful kind of collaboration, you know, good people, good energy. How exactly did that come around for you?
I basically, like, I've just been, as you know, like, I've been doing music for quite a while now, and then Prospect, our mutual friend, is my manager right now, and is one of my close mates. He just believed in what I was doing, and it was just kind of like almost like destiny, trying to avoid the cliche of it, but it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's been like I'd never had a manager my whole career, so he's basically my first manager. Do you know what I mean? But I kind of just believed in him, not even what he had to offer or anything. I just believed in him, and I thought, yeah, this is the guy. He obviously had like a good run in with Charlie and stuff like that, and from that obviously came the situation, which I was on the path already, but it kind of helped shine the light on what I was doing. You know what I mean? So here we are now. I've got back from DJ Prospect. It was kind of so much to get to the point that I had to literally get all the tunes where we are.
And I think from your point of view as well, you've said it's the first time you've had management and a real sounding board. A lot of artists, I think, make the mistake of going, I need a manager, I need this, I need that, because they expect them to kind of just put everything together and they just sit there. And you know what I mean? But you're so proactive, having someone that you can bounce ideas off, that you can have that discussion. I mean, that must be a very positive marker in the next step of your career.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely like I always knew that I needed someone that's 5 steps ahead of me, not someone that's trying to help me do this or someone that's literally ahead of me, tells me what's going on. And I can comfortably say that I found that. So yeah, it was time. It was time.
It was time. I mean, you sound very chilled about saying it, but there are countless manager and label, horror stories, man. So you're very like blasé, chilled. Yeah, it happened naturally. It's working well. The energy's good. That is a rare thing. So it's great that you've got that, man. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah.
We are in a period where creativity has taken a knock because of the restrictions on everyday life, but also there's an opportunity to be creative in a different kind of way. Now, I have seen online the garden sessions.
I've done my garden sessions, yeah.
So talk to me about the garden sessions, bro, to anyone who hasn't got that just yet.
So really, garden sessions is like I decided I can't basically perform right now, and the COVID is kind of restricting us from doing what we want to do. For everyone's job, whatever they want to do. So I've got basically my garden that my missus kind of fix every time, like every day she's just in there. So I just decided, well, I might as well just do my songs out. But really and truly, the entire deal was just for me to do live music. But as of the moment, because of the social distancing, it's kind of hard to get my guitarist to come down to my place and stuff like that. But hopefully with time, I can get them done. But basically, it's just me vibing out to songs that really didn't get the time of day to get promoted and stuff like that, and songs that I liked and I think people should hear. You know what I mean? Whether the promotion scale or just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's a wicked thing, and what I love seeing is people be creative in a different way, and you're still connecting with your fans as well as letting new fans know about, you know, the tracks that you've been working on and what you've been doing, man. So I'm glad to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna do more. I feel bad for not dropping one yesterday, so I want to do more.
So I do need to ask you. It's a question that I'm sure you're asking lots of your friends as well. What is the very first thing you are going to do when lockdown is over?
First thing I'm going to do when lockdown is over. I'm going to find myself an office and just build up my studio back up as it was and just get cracking.
Sick. That's such a constructive answer as well. That's such a constructive answer, man.
I just need to get back to work proper.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I feel that. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us on the phone here at Pyro Radio today.